Hey everyone, it's Dalton at Dalton and TFs, and today we're taking a look at the much-awaited Transformers Titans Return Deluxe Class Hardhead. I've already got them out of the packaging. You can see here the alt mode, Furos and Hardhead. We'll get more into that here later. On the back, you've got your cross sales, which they've actually haven't shown this since, what was it, the regular Thrilling 30. So it's nice to see that coming back again. It shows here the line wide compatibility. Since Cerebros is basically a deluxe, so there's that. Back of the box, you got your 1 step for Furos, you got your 12 steps for Hardhead himself, and then up here it says the Autobots unite with the Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Furos gives Hardhead a regenerative healing power that instantly repairs armor and systems damage. So that's interesting. So let's get that out of here. Get your typical instructions, which kind of sucks. So let's get that out of here. As far as cards, we got basically the same type of thing that we got with Combiner Wars, except you got some more stylized nature to it. You got that same image of Hardhead from the box, although this time a more filled out version. On the back here you've got your tech specs. It would have been nice to have a fuller bio, but anyways, you've got your strength, speed, intelligence, and fire blast or firepower. You can see that Hardhead's strength is at a 10, and Furos adds 4 onto that. So by himself, Furos has a strength of 4, a speed of, looks like, another 4, intelligence of 3, and a fire blast of 3. So there's that. Altogether it ends up as 14, 9, 9, and 11. So there's that. Bringing in Hardhead himself here. As you can see, he does roll fairly nicely. Of course, my backdrop here, or my setup here, is really smooth. So as you can see, he's got 3 little wheels, these little clear plastic caster wheels, along with this little 6 indentation roller. So kind of weird that he doesn't have any wheels here. Would have made a little bit more sense, but with the way his arm, the way this works for the transformation, you'll see why. But yeah, it doesn't roll too bad. I mean, it rolls a lot better than I thought it would with just only having 3 wheels. That, and you can get the few little stunts out of it. As far as paint goes, not a lot of actual paint. A lot of this is molded, and I don't have a problem with that. I know some people like the Takara because it actually has some, paint inside here for the bogies on the treads, and it isn't quite an H tank. He's more just a regular quad, motor tread tank. So a little weird. You get your little hatch here, which kind of resembles the original, panel that opens, and you can see the spudstrint, kind of homaging the rub symbol right here, and then you get the teeny tiny little Autobot symbol there. That will come into play here later. We've got these little pegs right here, and opening this up, we'll go ahead and bring out Furos, which we all know it's Duros, and for me that's how it's going to be. With a lot of these, they've renamed them, like for Squeeze Play, I'm not going to call, or Crash Bash, I'm not going to call them that. I'm going to call them either, I think his name was Locos originally, so I'm going to refer to him as that, either that or Squeeze Play, hell, even Cancer, for, Terrible. We'll get into that later, but yeah. This guy is little, just really tiny little guy. As far as the detail, a lot of nice molded in detail here. You got a little bit of yellow paint for the face. As far as the eyes, they're blue. A lot of nice molded in detail throughout. The shoulders are on a ball joint. They bend at the knee. They're conjoined here at the knee. And his head is on a ball joint, like I said. But yeah, not bad. I've got the obvious face on the back. Kind of small for them to have to put in the panels, so it's understandable. Bringing in some other comparisons here. Let's get Hardhead out of the way. Let's go ahead and bring in Tornado from the BotCon, or basically Nightstick. There's a recent Target Master, Micromaster type character. There is Arcana from Generations, Brainstorm. There is the Vantage Project Monzo, Weird Wolf, whichever you want to refer to him as. And the smallest figure I have in my collection, I haven't even seen anyone compare, this guy to the Brain of Courage. So, you think the Titan Masters are small, they are still being beat by this little guy. So, until we get something smaller than him, he's still the smallest, regular Transformer release other than the world's smallest figures that is currently official. So, go ahead and get these guys all out of here. And no, I will state right now that these are not compatible with Brainstorm. I will not demonstrate it. You could just see by the size of, Arcana compared to him, which is fine because we are getting a more, I don't want to say accurate, but more in scale version of Brainstorm that will fit better with the rest of the Titans return releases later on down the line, either as Walgreens exclusive or the SDCC, whichever you choose, or the Takara version, which just got announced at the time of this recording. So let's go ahead and bring in Hardhead himself. As I said, there's these little tiny posts all over, just 4 little points, and you got these little holes here on the bottom of the feet, and we just pop them in right there. Kind of messed up the tread. Let's go ahead and get that. There we go. So you can stand on there, or something I like to do is have this closed. Have him sit here. You can just sit on top of Hardhead as Hardhead's driving around. So there you got that. So let's go ahead and get Hardhead transformed here. One little thing is you can turn his main cannon into a kind of artillery mode for the Titan Masters. Pop Duros in here, or Furos if you want to go by the packaging. Come on, get in there. And there you got his little cannon mode, which is primarily for either Fortress Maximus or, the Power Master Optimus Prime or Blaster. So you do have that. You just peg it in here, and yes, the cannon does come separate from the tank. Let's go ahead and put that back, take the gun out, and we'll go ahead and go on to the transformation. It is fairly simple, but a lot of fun. If you want, you can go ahead and take this off. You don't have to. I'm just going to leave it on. Just get it out of the way. You want to start back here. You want to actually fold this down, and then rotate the legs out of here. There's these little slots right here that go onto these tabs right here. Extend the leg and tab it into place, just like we had with the Rook mold. Similar to it anyways. Flip out the feet, or you can go ahead and do that to begin with. Collapse that. Bring the whole pelvis section down, and that will tab into the front of the tank. We'll bring this whole section back. Actually, I want to untab these from here. Then bring this whole section back. Bend the rear section here, and this little tab right here will go into that slot there. And there we have most of them done. We want to rotate the shoulders down, extend the arm, and flip out the fists. And now, one thing I didn't notice when I first got him, and it took me a few minutes to realize it, this exposed pin right here, you want to slide that down to there, bring this up, and all we need to do is put his head on. So you just take Duros here, straighten him out, and fold him in half. Now I'm going to show you this as the stock configuration, where the head of the Titan Master is facing away from the larger robot's face. Actually, let's go ahead and bring up this camera. And you just want to pop this right into here. And He holds on fairly tight, a lot better than the previous Brainstorm. The head does rotate 360. There we go. Now, when it's all the way in, it is a little floppy, but it still holds. Now, you can just pop that out. Go ahead and pop it in backwards. And rotate the head around. The only problem is, like this, it's going to fall right out. Though I don't know anyone who's really going to want to just dangle their, Titans Return figures by their heads. If you're into that kind of thing, okay. That's all I got to say is, okay, cool, whatever. It's your toy, you display it how you choose to. And go ahead and put his rifle in his hand or his pistol. I really hope someone ends up making a second one of these, or maybe, just someone makes a new pair that kind of work together somehow. I know the Takara one uses the terrible vehicle, terrible or whatever, horrible, as the secondary gun. But I'd like one that is also accurate to this or to the original toy / cartoon. But there we go. We got Hardhead in robot mode, and he is not bad at all. Just a lot of nice detailing throughout. Just these vents, the treads themselves. And this isn't quite a black either. It's more like a charcoal mixed with gunship gray. It's hard to describe. It's also kind of got a bluish color to it. It's a very odd shade of dark. That's all I can describe it as. It's kind of weird that they've got it up here on the upper thighs instead of the kind of beige brown plastic, brown plastic that they have here. So, as far as articulation, the head is on a ball joint just like the Titan Master. So, that's not bad. Ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, but you only get about 90 degrees. That extra joint's mostly just for transformation. You do get a wrist swivel, so it's nice to have that back, along with the transformation joint, so it's nice to have that. No waist articulation due to how he transforms. I'm fine with that. Hip waist rotation is not a huge deal with me, so it's not a problem. Ball jointed hips, swivel at the thigh, and about 90 degrees at the knee. Nothing at the feet. Now, as far as details, or any other details, not much else to say. I mean, he is great, and also the cannon does rotate. You can, like I said, take it out, use it as a secondary rifle, but it's too heavy for the arm, so then it just looks a little weird. So yeah, there is Hardhead with Duros, or as the packaging says, Furos. He is out of the two that I've gotten so far, this is the time of this recording, he's great. I need to get the other two. I found them at my local store, so I should be able to get them tomorrow as of this recording. So, other than that, not too much else to say about this guy. I really like him. It's nice to have something new. He's very well engineered. Yes, you have these hollow bits on the legs, on the arms, but that is necessary for how he transforms. Yes, it would have been nice for a panel, but that would have taken cost out of something else for him. So I'd rather him be the way he is than have them make changes and we lose something out of it. Also, I love the silver paint throughout. The yellow, the silver, the red. Just very well done. I'm very happy. Cannot wait to see more of these guys. Tomorrow, again, like I said, as the time of this recording, I should be getting the Voyagers in the mail along with the first Titan Master wave. So that's pretty much it for Hardhead here. Like I said, really like them. They're out now, so if you can find them in your local retail or anywhere online before they're gone, do so. They're a great new line. I'm gushing. I've been so excited for this since I've heard about it at New York Comic Con. Seeing them at BotCon just made that even more anticipated. So that pretty much does it. This has been Dalton at Dalton TFs. Hope you guys liked this video. If you want, you can check out my other areas. Check out my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter down in the description, along with some other videos I've done and some more Titans Return videos coming out in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.